it is, what it do, what it is, lads and ladettes. I am the Grizz, and welcome back to Yesterday Today. And today we're going to talk about those first week next-gen game sales, and we're also going to talk about those 2020 Game of the Year nominees as per the Gaming Awards. More on that in the meat and potatoes, but for right now, let's get into those appetizers. Alright, lads and ladettes, first order of business. Today at 3 p.m. Walmart will be restocking in PS5s. Yes, today at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And they will be restocking heavily on Black Friday. But if you want another shot at the PS5, you better go to Walmart.com at 3 p.m. Eastern Time today. So we know Far Cry 6 got delayed out of the fiscal 2020 year into the 2021-2022 year, and it's no longer coming out February 18th anymore. It is now coming out a little later in the year of 2021, but it wasn't known up until last night. Well, at least we think so, because Microsoft Store has been prone to making certain leaks happen. It happened with Phoenix Immortal, and it also happened with some of the Mafia games, but it now has it listed on the Microsoft Store for a May 25th release date. Now, this hasn't been confirmed by Ubisoft or anything, but, well, one would hope, we usually get a Far Cry game earlier in the year, but to have it later in the year probably wouldn't hurt, because whenever Far Cry releases, it definitely sells. Ubisoft sits on like some seriously heavily banking franchises here, and with Giancarlo Esposito being at the helm, being the main villain of the game, yeah, I think that this game is going to be a huge seller, and hopefully maybe this is the official release, because this will come out around summertime, and summertime is when games usually tend to just cool down, and a game like this, open world, first-person shooter, yeah, that would actually look pretty good for the summer. Well, if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, I might have some bad news, given the fact that although we just got a new Kingdom Hearts rhythm game that is also on the Nintendo Switch, well, the series director, I should say, Tetsuya Nomura, he confirmed that there are none in development currently. That is it, none. He actually was in an interview with Dengeki Online, and I actually got this excerpt from comicbook.com, and here's what he said. He said, if we make a Kingdom Hearts game for the next-gen consoles, it's going to be released after many other companies have already released their titles, so I believe we'd have to make something that could complete. Of course, that's only hypothetical, since we haven't announced that there will be a new title for the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. Well, it's very unfortunate, but Kingdom Hearts with 3, the last Kingdom Hearts was received kind of lukewarm. It wasn't a lot of people like, oh, I love this game a lot, but then of course you got people like me who play Kingdom Hearts game, enjoyed it for the most part, but then kind of tend to get lost in them. So it would really be good to always see a Kingdom Hearts game, a pretty solid game. I've always played them, I've always had fun with them, but I'm wondering what's going forward in the years ahead, maybe 6-7 years down the line, we're going to see where the technology is and what exactly would happen with the next Kingdom Hearts. Well, lads and ladettes, we're in the future. You ever watch a movie and watch a character playing the video games, and then sometimes you'll see whoever they're playing with on the screen, like in a video chat or something like that? At least to my knowledge, there hasn't been a lot of games that have definitely done it, but Fortnite, being the spectacle that it is, has released a house party app that allows you to play Fortnite with video chatting with the people on your team right there on the side of the screen. Now, Fortnite is more than just a game at this point. It is definitely a platform, and now people are going to want to use this app. They're going to open this app just to interact with this game, so it's actually just more in the money from the pockets of Epic. And I think, hey, look, it's awesome. Any more awesome ways for people to connect, and hopefully maybe Epic paves the way. So maybe when you're playing a bunch of other games, you can just sit there and you can video chat, or you're playing the same game and y'all can actually video chat as opposed to voice chat. That'd be very interesting going forward. So back in mid-October, former communications director over at Bungie, Dave Deej, he decided to leave Bungie, and now yesterday he is announcing that he works at Iron Galaxy, and he's pretty much doing the same thing plus more. So he's definitely going to be doing his part at Iron Galaxy, and I'm really wondering what they're up to. And if you're wondering what are they known for? Well, they're known for the new Killer Instinct game that came out, that launched along the Xbox One, and hopefully he can do something really great. He's really revered around the community and around the industry, and everybody was happy about how he kept in touch with everybody. So hopefully there's a lot of great things going on with Iron Galaxy, and I can't wait to see what they have up the works, and I can't wait to see what Deej will contribute to the team. So at some point during the development of the Demon Souls remake, Bluepoint Games, they thought about even making an easy mode or basically lowering the difficulty, but creative director Gavin Moore decided against it because he said, we are custodians of someone else's work. It wasn't their place to go ahead and make the decision to put an easy mode on top of what From Software's work that they did, and he just felt that it didn't feel right, and definitely respect to that. I know that there's been some sayings in the background of saying like, hey, listen, what about accessibility? But I'm wondering if this is probably a thing where, because some people just intend the game to be hard and to be punishing, so they don't want to put it in there. Because I remember when this conversation came up for Sekiro, and I feel like that's probably why they considered it. But I guess we'll maybe know or never know in the future. But hey, listen, in the meantime, if you can, please go ahead and enjoy Demon Souls remakes on the PS5. Alright, lads and laddies, here we go. It's time to get into the meat and potatoes. So I want to start off with Embracer Group. Now, you're probably wondering who Embracer Group is. Well, that's THQ Nordic's parent company, and you already probably know where I'm going with this, right? Yes, Embracer Group has recently bought 13 developing studios. Yes, 13. One of them is Flying Wild Hogs, and if you're wondering who Flying Wild Hog is, they are the studio that made the Shadow Warrior games. And now, let me give you a breakdown of the studios that they did buy, and that was Flying Wild Hog, Silent Games, Coffee Stain North, Quantic Lab, IUGO Mobile, I feel like it might be IUGO, I'm not sure, Purple Lamp Studios, Sandbox Strategies, Madhead Games, 34 Big Things, Nimble Giant Entertainment, Snapshot Games, Zen Studios, and a Thinking Ape Entertainment. Now, this happens to just be the year of acquisitions. I mean, seriously. Microsoft, of course, with the biggest one, but Flying Wild Hog alone was over $100 million. So I don't know where they're getting this money from. I don't know what they're doing with these IPs. It seems like they're trying to monopolize some of these old school. Maybe they're just trying to monopolize the remakes, just all of the remakes, and just maybe making some nice, small, quick cash grabs out of stuff. You know, wishing that they probably would have had the IP to 13, because they would have probably did something better with the IP. But moving right along, and we're getting all this Darksiders Genesis stuff, and then maybe we'll get some more Shadow Warriors under this. And I really think the Shadow Warrior 3, which is in development, I think it's going to be more to come, because it might actually do pretty well. It's one of those pretty solid mid-tier games, and I can't wait to see what Embracer Group and THQ Nordic has up their sleeve for next. Alright, lads and laddies, it's that time of year again, and officially I want to say that this is the same date that Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, but nonetheless, the nominees for all of the categories have come out for the Game Awards, which is, like I said, happening December 10th, and of course, which really struck everybody's attention, besides game reviews and just new gameplay and stuff like that, everybody wants to know who are the candidates for Game of the Year, and well, it's actually a very interesting one, right? We have Animal Crossing New Horizons, Doom Eternal, which is release date twins, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2. That is a very interesting lineup. Now, a lot of people are wondering why Hades belongs up there, because it was one of those smaller games that made a bigger wave. So I'm really interested in seeing who goes ahead and steals this one, because Animal Crossing was such a huge seller. An insane seller, like literally, and it's still selling because Nintendo IP got a Nintendo IP, right? So I'm really wondering, and then there's a bunch of other nominees. I'm not going to go through all of them. Then we actually have Best Game Direction, and most of those games are from Game of the Year, are in there, with the exception of Half-Life Alyx. Now, I can't really vouch for that game because I haven't played it, but of course it's a Half-Life game. It's going to come with some greatness. And those Half-Life games aren't pushovers. They aren't. And they actually developed with it. And it was a very good VR game that I can't wait to come to consoles and other platforms so I can experience it myself. But I'm really happy to see some of this stuff. So I can't wait to see the Game Awards and see who actually gets Game of the Year. This is going to be really interesting, and makes it for some interesting discussions and videos. Maybe I'll do more on this in a bit. But yeah, these are your options for Game of the Year. Alright, lads and laddies, so last week was the official launch of Next Gen, right? Now it is definitely current gen, and I'm really really very interested in seeing the numbers. And Famitsu put out some numbers, and well, the PlayStation 5 sold 118,000 in just 4 days, and the Xbox Series X and Series S sold 21,000 in 6 days respectively. And according to Daniel Amatis, 88 of the units sold were the disc version, and that's actually very interesting. I kind of expected PlayStation to take off more than the Xbox, and I definitely think that Xbox is going to turn everything around this generation. But I'm really interested in the fact that it's the disc version and then not just the digital version, right? So I'm excited about this because a lot of people thought that, yeah, we're going to be leaning into the digitals and maybe eventually cloud and stuff like that. But I wasn't ready to go that way, and apparently 88% of the people who bought the consoles in the first week agree with me as well. So I'm really hoping this is some great news going forward, and we can continue to get consoles with disc systems, because then at the same time, how are we going to play our 4K Blu-rays too, right? So I can't wait to see how Xbox turns around, because I know that they're going to sell. Xbox, pretty much almost everybody knows about Game Pass, and if you don't, well, you definitely need to be looking it up, because Game Pass is literally the greatest bargain in gaming, period, right now. So PlayStation, they definitely have their games, that's period, bang for their bucks, and the DualSense and adaptive triggers and all of that, but there is a super serious bargain when you got the Series X, which is the most powerful console out there, period. But I can't wait to get my hands on a PS5 and then a Series X. This is all really exciting. I can't wait to see it. And I hope that they go really neck and neck, because the little bit of competition never hurt anybody, and it really is healthy. So I really am rooting for Xbox, even though I'm really feeling for a PlayStation mostly, but I'm really rooting for Xbox this generation. Hopefully they turn it around, because a lot of people still just say, oh, I don't want an Xbox because I don't like how big the controller is, because they haven't paid attention to Xbox since the original Xbox. They don't really understand the leaps and bounds that they have xCloud and they have Game Pass. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here to educate you. Alright, lads and lads, thank you so much for watching. That is it for this video. Go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't already. If not, hit the dislike. It's all good. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button and scroll up to all and turn all those notifications on so you know when your boy is posting. By the way, I post Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. sharp Eastern Time, bringing you some of the biggest gaming news you may have missed from yesterday today. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, lads and ladettes, this video is finito.